Okay, well, how about if we play a little bit? I think I'm going to keep this hand. I took my first seven. I'm playing Teval, the balanced scale, which allows me to mill cards and put on a zombie if from the milled cards I get anything onto the battlefield.
I am playing Nethroi, Apex of Death.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Uh, this guy, okay. This is a graveyard deck. This has the same colors as the dragon that I've been playing recently. So, but this guy, he is a 5/5 Death Touch and Lifelink. He has the mutate ability. That means when I cast him, I can pay the mutate cost rather than his casting cost to get a different effect.
Ah.
But I do need to mutate him onto another creature. So if I don't have a creature in play when I cast him, then it doesn't happen. What he does is return any number of creatures from my graveyard with power 10 or less total to the battlefield. So this
Mm,
deck looks to throw things in the graveyard and cycle them in and out to have effects. But a bunch
mm.
of small creatures. There's very few big ones. So this looks to do many actions rather than one single big one.
Okay.
So yeah, you have played against this one, but you might not remember it. It's been a while. You actually played against this one when you were here, I think.
Yeah, I think is this the one with the thousand cuts thing you're talking about? No, no, that's a
Yes.
different one. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
Similar. So yeah, I ping you for one all the time, or or one single swing for like 80 after I build my engine.
Yeah.
So it's because of the colors, it's similar to it has cards that are similar to the beater deck, but it's not the same. The idea is different,
Hmm.
right? So this is Death by a Thousand Cuts, and trying to cycle into and out of my cemetery, my graveyard,
Gotcha.
if that makes sense. Can you see? Yeah,
Yep.
you can see this here fine. Yeah.
Hmm.
And this time I go first, according to the thingamajig.
Sounds good.
Um, can I? I think I might keep this hand. Yes. So, are you ready?
Yep. I'm good to go.
Okay, I'm going to play a swamp. Tap it for a Haywire Might. In Spanish, Haywire Might is a 1/1 for 1 mana. When he dies, I gain 2 life. Or also, I can pay 1 green and sacrifice it to exile an artifact or enchantment that is not a creature. Also,
All
so
right.
not creature, artifact, or enchantment. You can go.
All right. I'm gonna draw for turn. Okay. I'm gonna play a forest. Pass back to you.
Untap, draw. I'm going to play Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. It's a legendary land that says each land, yours and mine, is a forest in addition to its other types. So
Oh yeah.
everything you play now will have the additional subtype forest. So
Also,
everything
that's
gives.
that's that's for you and for me.
Yes, this is global. This is a
Oh,
symmetrical effect.
oh, that's cool. Hey, Shinmi, you know that Fangorn forest thing that you have that turns everything into a forest? That applies to you and to every other player as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have I have the same one, but in the Lord of the
Lord of
Rings
the
card.
Rings. Yeah, I mean, the important part to know that it affects everybody. It says each land is a forest, right? It doesn't say each land you control, right? So this is a global thing.
Gotcha.
There's a black one that's called Urborg, uh, Yawgmoth's Tomb, I think, in
Mhm.
English, which it makes everything a swamp in addition to its other types.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, that is there. So I'm going to attack you for 1
Yep,
with
I'll
my
take it. Of course,
Haywire
no
Mine.
choice.
And I'm going to pay 2 and play this here, Altar of Dementia. The Altar of Dementia says I can sacrifice a creature, and target player puts mills cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power. So at
Mm-hmm.
any time, I could, for example, sacrifice this and have you mill one card, or myself, because I can make. So this is one way to get creatures into my graveyard to start my cycle. This is a key piece in my deck. So if you find a way to destroy it, you want to.
Yep.
FYI, you can go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna untap. Don't have to untap. Draw for turn. Okay. I'm going to play. Terramorphic expense, and I'm gonna sacrifice this land to
You
search
don't
my life.
have to, you don't have to because it is now also a forest, so it gives you green mana
Right, but
because
this
of
one
my
gives me two cards.
sorry?
But it allows me to search my library. Oh, for a basic land. Okay, no, I thought it was. I got two for it.
Yeah,
Okay, I got
that's
two
the mirrored
choices.
landscape that you think that you thought it was. I mean, you can
Okay,
still look for it if you want color because but it currently does provide you mana because of my Yavimaya,
yeah.
my Going Forest. Yeah.
Okay. 1 second.
Yeah,
Quickly,
but I'm just saying it so you maybe you have a card in your hand that costs 2 mana that you wanted to play this turn. If you want to find your swamp or your island, then that's fine. But I'm just saying that it does provide you mana currently.
yes, actually. So, what I will do instead is I will tap Terramorphic Expanse and the Forest for Shigeki Yukai Visionary. It's a
Mhm.
1/3 legendary snake druid, a legendary enchantment creature. Um, I can return Shigeki to my own to its owner's hand, reveal the top 4 cards of my library, and put that land card put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tap. Put the rest into the graveyard. For that, I have to play a green and another and tap it. And I also have Channel. I can discard this card and return X target non-legendary cards from my graveyard to my hand. All
Yeah.
right, so casting
Channel
that, and
important for channel is you have to, as part of the cost, you have to discard it, so it has to be in your hand for the channel to actually be working, right?
yep,
Uh,
understood.
mhm.
Okay, it's your
Got it.
turn. Back to you.
Untap, draw. Hmm, not good. Um, Pass the turn to you.
Okay, I'm going to untap for turn. Draw for turn. Okay, I'm going to play Darkwater Catacombs. Um, I think there's me 1, 2.
Well, remember that your Darkwater Catacombs also could tap for forest, for green mana because it's also a
Yeah,
forest. So
I'm gonna tap
just say,
these three to play Cultivate,
excellent.
and then I'm gonna search my
Cultivate as
library
well.
for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal them, and put them to the other battlefield tapped. Uh, and I will attack you with Shigeki. I'm gonna do that. You want me to do that for? I'll do that first. Not to mix the stages too much. There's a
That's
swamp.
at this point it's fine. I'm not, I'm going to take it's 2 damage off of Shigeki,
Shigeki is 1 damage.
1 damage. I'm not going to block it. So which land is in your hand, the island or the swamp?
I get to put one. Hang on.
One into
Uh,
play, one in your hand.
okay, I'm gonna keep the island in hand.
Okay. All right. I took the damage from Shigeki. Anything else? You has to tap to attack though. So
Nope, that's it. Back to you.
draw. Ugh, crap. Pass to you. Well, I'm going to attack you for 1.
I'll
You
take
can't
it.
block currently,
I can't
so
block, so I'll take it.
you can go.
Okay. Untap. Draw for turn. 1 second. Oh, I see.
Kept a sketchy opening hand. I'm paying for it.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to Play Memorial of Folly, which enters tapped. And then I'm going to play I'm going to tap Terramorphic Expanse so I can get these two here. And I'm going to tap the rest to cast Teval.
Okay.
Okay. And then whenever Teval attacks, we will not attack. So it says whenever Teval attacks, mill 3 cards, but he's not attacking right now because he's got Summoning Sickness. And so that is my total turn for the moment. I'm going to pass turn to you.
Untap, draw. Oh. Play a land, pass the turn.
All right.
The
Untap.
land enters top, so
Yeah. To untap, draw for turn. Yes. Okay, I'm going to play Noxious Gearhulk for all of my mana. Noxious Gearhulk is an artifact creature construct with menace. It says when this creature enters, you may destroy another target creature. If a creature is destroyed this way, you gain life equal to its toughness. So I'm going to destroy your creature. You only have one on board, right?
yep. I gain 2 life when you destroy it. And you gain 1 life because you destroyed it. It's a 1/1.
Yep. Okay.
He's
And
a creature, Chungy.
sorry, 1 second. What did you say?
The Noxious Gearhulk is a creature. It doesn't go to your graveyard. He enters and destroys something and then stays.
Ah, okay.
5/4
Yep.
with menace.
Got you. All right, so we're holding on to that. And so then now I get to attack. I'm gonna attack you with Teval for 4. And as that happens, as I'm attacking, I'm milling 4 cards. I'm milling 3 cards, sorry. So I have Harrow, Will of the Sultai, and Lord of Extinction. Whenever it says here, then you may return a land card from the graveyard to the battlefield tap. There are no lands in here right now, unfortunately. And so there's that. Yep. So I'm attacking you with Teval.
Yep. Already took the damage.
Excellent. And pass to you.
Okay. Ah, play another land. Cool. So yeah. Tapping 3, I'm going to play a Fertilid. Fertilid enters with 2+1/+1 counters. So it's a 2/2. It has the ability that I can pay 1 and a green to remove a counter and search my library for basic land and put it onto the battlefield. Well, technically, target player does so, but that's I'm not going to give you lands. That's the only play I'm going to do. I'm just looking. My dice bag is weirdly tied together. Anyways, you can go.
Okay. Untap for turn. Well, I just untap. I always say untap for turn, but there's no need to say that. Draw for turn. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. Okay, we'll do that. I'm gonna play my island for my land this turn. And then I'm gonna use Terramorphic Expanse so I can use Darkwater Catacombs. And then I'm gonna use Memorial Folly to cast Wonder. Wonder is an incarnation creature that has flying. It says as long as this card is in your graveyard, so in my graveyard, and you control an island, creatures you control have flying. And then I'm going to cast Kishla Skimmer for a green and a blue. Kishla Skimmer is a creature bird scout with flying, and whenever a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. All right. And I'm gonna hold, so these two are new. And then I'm going to move to combat phase.
Yep.
And I'm gonna attack with what's the blocking power on that creature you have there?
It's a 2/2, but it cannot block flyers, and it also cannot block your menace creature because menace has to be blocked by two or more creatures.
Right, cool. Okay, so I will attack you with Teval and with the Noxious Gearhulk. As I'm attacking, I'm milling 3 cards. Putrefy, Golgari Rot Farm, and Jarad Golgari Lich Lord. And so then we will take the land and enter tapped. And as I do that, this is the Teval's ability.
Before you, so you, yeah, you do get to use Zombie Druid because a card left your graveyard, and you get the Kishla Skimmer where you get to draw a card. But Golgari Rot Farm, when it enters, it also you also have to return another land to your hand.
Okay, good. So let's do this. And I draw a card because that came from that, right?
Yes.
And then I have to return something to my hand, you said? But
Yeah.
it can be something that's tapped, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll take back the question to you. What's the best to take back? A basic land or one of these? Like I'm really using the Terramorphic Expanse as a basically like a forest right now.
Yeah,
Is
you
it better?
haven't played your land for turn. I would return the Terramorphic Expanse, play
Uh-huh.
it, and go look for basic land. That way, you for next turn when you attack with Taval, you already have a land in your graveyard to return, just in case you don't mill one. That's what I would do. Return the expanse, play it
Yeah.
for your turn,
Yep.
sacrifice it to get another basic land, and then the Terramorphic Expanse is in your graveyard.
That's a good
That's
one.
what I would
Okay, so
do.
yep, I'm gonna do that. And so I'm gonna look for a basic land and we'll make it. We'll
Yeah,
make it
I
a
already took the damage from your attack, by the way, just because all of this happened during attack, and since you're already playing the Terramorphic Expanse, I'm assuming we're through combat.
Oh yes, we are correct. Yes, please. Thank you. I'm apologies. What would have been the right way to do this? Like,
Oh, so all the things you did were right, but technically all of these effects they go on to a stack to resolve, right? You
right,
order
correct.
them how they go on. I was
Uh,
just with the Golgari Rod farm, I was just telling you that that also needs to happen, even though it entered from your graveyard, because the Golgari Rod farm says when this land enters, right? So, anyways, when Teval attacked, he returned the land because
mhm.
something left your graveyard. It triggered the skimmer. And it also triggered itself, right? That it had to return. So you can order. So you would have to draw the card first, as you did. Then you would have to return the land to your hand. Then you create the zombie druid, and then we go to other effects during combat. Your land that you played was in your second main phase, and as well as the
Okay,
terrible expanse. So
gotcha. Okay, so I would have
yeah,
had to do that next. Gotcha.
yeah.
All
With
right.
these effects, think of them as a stack of pancakes, right? So that
Yeah.
everything has to resolve from the latest one put on to the first one put on, right?
Oh,
So the
makes
last
sense.
pancake to leave the pan is the one that's eaten first, so to speak, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, cool. So then now I think everything's resolved here. I do have 2 mana left, 2 black mana in reserve here. Um,
The swamp you got with the Terramorphic Expanse entered tapped, as per the Terramorphic Expanse.
yes, gotcha. Okay, good. So I have
So you
one
have one
untapped
mana.
swamp. Yep. And pass turn to you.
Okay. Untap, draw, play my land. Okay. I am going to pay 3 and I'm going to play a Knight of Autumn. When the Knight of Autumn enters, I have the choice of one of three abilities. I can either put two counters on it, destroy an artifact or enchantment, or gain 4 life. I'm going to choose to destroy an artifact. I'm going to destroy your Noxious Gearhulk.
Just a moment here. My camera's being weird. You're destroying my Noxious Gearhulk.
Yes.
No. You say it's an artifact. So artifact creature counts, yeah?
Yeah, because it's artifact and creature. So I'm
Okay.
destroying that artifact.
Gotcha.
Um, then I'm going to pass the turn.
Untap for turn. Ugh. Untap, not for turn. Just untap turn. Come on. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna put this guy here with Teval. And draw for turn. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can do this. So I'm gonna play Forest for my turn. I'm gonna play Tasigur, the Golden Fang, which is a legendary creature, human shaman. I can use Delve to exile a card from my graveyard while casting the spell. Um,
Delve reduces its generic casting cost.
yeah. So I think,
You don't need to unless you don't want to spend your mana, right? So
yeah, no,
Delve is
I actually don't mind spending it. So I'm gonna play this guy. So he costs me 6. So I will do, um,
the Delve can pay for the colorless cost, but not
yeah,
the colored pip. So black you do
understood.
have to pay, and then everything else can be paid by exiling the respective number of cards.
Yeah, I'm playing a black, and then I'm playing one forest. So I can use these two. So that's 1, 2, 3. I need 3 more, right? So 1, 2, and 3. So that casts him. And
What did
then
you, sorry, what did you exile from your graveyard?
I didn't exile anything. I didn't use it.
Okay, so
6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. I will exile cultivate.
oh, hold on, 2, 4, 5, 6. You don't need to exile anything.
Well, that's what I thought initially, but then you said
Yeah,
something, so I
no,
thought
no,
maybe
no.
it would happen.
Sorry, because you said I'm going to exile, and then my train of thought went somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
No, I changed my mind
So
because I didn't have to. So I
forest,
don't,
forest, swamp, Darkwater Catacombs, Golgari Rot Farm, and your Memorial to Folly. So that's 6. You're good.
yeah. And then I'm going to cast Kotis, Sibsig Champion.
Yeah.
For
Okay. That explains why I didn't want to delve.
for these 3. Okay. So once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard by exiling 3 other cards from your graveyard in addition to paying its other costs. Whenever one or more creatures you control enter, if one or more of them entered from a graveyard or was cast from a graveyard, that says a graveyard, not just my graveyard, right? Oh, you
Yeah.
control. Uh-huh.
Because
Uh,
you have in your deck you have reanimate the spell.
mm-hmm.
You can return something from someone else's graveyard too. Doesn't have to be your own,
Yeah.
but it needs
So
to
when it
enter under your control for it to trigger. So if you
yeah,
cast it or if you got it from someone else's graveyard, it would also trigger that to create the skeleton, zombie, whatever.
no, I get to put 2
Oh,
+1/+1
right.
counters on Kotis.
Gotcha.
All right. So that's him. Okay, cool. Then I want to rethink my life. What are your creatures' toughness right now?
Two, two, and 2/1.
Okay.
2/2,
Mm-hmm.
2/1.
Okay. So I'm going to move into my attack phase, like combat phase. So Tasigur and Kotis have summoning sickness. Can't do with those. But I'm going to swing at you with Teval, which I guess, speaking of the stack, what do I do first? Do I declare all my attackers and then we do this? Because it says as Teval attacks. What's the correct
Yeah,
order?
if you want, you can declare all of your attackers now and then resolve his trigger. So declare
Right.
your
So
attackers.
I'm gonna declare the Zombie Druid, Wonder, and the Kishla Skimmer. I'm gonna keep Shigeki. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2, 4, 2, and
Yeah.
2.
Now, before we do that, now it triggers.
Okay, cool. So we have 3 cards coming in. We have Diviner of Mist. Then we have Hinterland Harbor. Okay, and we got Temple of Melody. Okay. So now between those 3, what's the best land to enter? Temple of Melody allows me to scry 1. That seems like a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't currently have anything that surveils at the beginning of turn, so if you scry and leave it there, he will draw it next turn.
Yeah. So this enters tapped because of Teval. Because of that, I create a second zombie druid. So I'll just add a time 1 on this one here. Does it work? Like that?
Sure.
So meaning I have 2. So there's this one and then there's another one. Or I could just do 2. Anyway, leave it like that. It's fine. What else? Because of that, I get to
You
draw a
draw a
card.
card. Yeah.
Okay. And I don't think there's anything else. There's Cotis, but I didn't have a creature come back from there.
And it wasn't a creature, it was a land.
It
So
was a land, correct.
that's the triggers right now. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
into
So then,
scry. You get to scry. Or did you scry?
no, I didn't scry it. So I get to, I
Okay.
drew a card. So scries, I get to look.
You get to look, and if you can leave it there or put them on the bottom of the library, whichever you
I think
prefer.
I'll put it to the bottom of the library. Okay. All right. And then, so those are my attackers. 3 flyers.
It's two,
2,
6, 8,
4,
10.
6. Yeah, 10 total.
Yep, I'm taking it.
And you're tracking commander damage, right?
I am. I currently have 12.
Thank you. Okay, and then that is it for my turn. Pass to you.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to pay green and 1 more, remove a counter for my Fertilid, and I'm going to look for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield. I am going to find plates.
Does it enter tapped or
Because of the effect of the Fertilid, yes. But I did this at the end of your turn, so it's going to untap in my untap stuff.
excellent?
Untap, draw. I'm going to play this here, Sandstep Citadel. Provides 1 of 3 colors, but it enters tapped. Um, okay, so can't do that. I'm gonna take 12. No, more next turn. Um, am I dead? Gonna pay 3, and I'm going to cast this enchantment, Growing Rights of Itlamok. When it enters, I get to look at the 4 top cards of my library, and put a creature card from among them into my hand, and the rest at the bottom of the library. Then at the end of my turn, if I control 4 or more creatures, I get to transform it into a land. That gives me green mana equal to the amount of creatures I control.
Gotcha.
Does this enter?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to get Yahenni into my hand, and I'm going to play Yahenni. Yahenni says, okay, so he's a 2/2 vampire with haste. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, I put a +1/+1 counter on Yahenni. Also, I can sacrifice a creature to give him indestructible until end of turn. That's it. You can go.
All right. So I'm gonna untap. Okay, I'm gonna draw for turn. So if you have a card that gets its its strength and toughness from, say, lands or other cards, does that cycle? Like, does that change as I have more or less cards? It does, right?
Yes,
Okay. All right. So I will
I'm
play.
assuming you're referring to Moltani, right?
Yes. It's kind of annoying when you know all my cards already, so I can't even be, anyway, but that's cool.
Well, I mean, it's just because I've played against this deck a couple of times, and the only one that I've seen that's variable. I mean, Moltani says his power and toughness are equal to the amount of lands you control and in your graveyard.
That's correct.
So it doesn't say he enters with amount of counters equal to that. It says his power is. So he
Hmm.
checks constantly. So as you sacrifice and return lands and mill cards, he will be growing.
Yeah. Okay.
Also,
So
the mono green Stompy that you played, the first commander of that deck was Moltani.
there you go. Same card. Yeah, Yavimaya's avatar or a different one.
Yeah, Yavimaya Avatar.
Okay.
He does
Okay.
have another version that's called Moltani Maro Sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that card is like 27 years old, and I do not have that.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm gonna play Multani Yavamaya's avatar, which I need to use force for that. So I'm gonna do,
Everything gives you green
yeah,
because I still have my Yavimaya in play, so all your lands give you green. So
yeah,
it doesn't really matter what you tap for the green, as long as you tap for the right amount of mana, I guess.
yeah. So we got these two, and then we'll do the time warp. Mm, I'll tap these two. So that's a total of four from the six. I need two more. We'll
You can
do,
do the Golgari Rot Farm would give you exactly the two you need, unless you need the black mana for something. But you have black from other sources. So because the Golgari Rot form gives you two.
yeah, and we'll just do the Golgari Rod farm. So there's that. So Multani Yavamaya's avatar is a legendary creature elemental avatar with reach and trample. Multani gets +1/+1 for each land you control and each land card in your graveyard. I can also play generic mana and a green to return two lands I control to their owner's hand. Return this card from your graveyard to your hand. So this means Multani right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think that's it. 11. That's an 11/11.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't have +1/+1, right? It's equal to that. So use one of your cards to it's currently an 11/11, and then you just change the number based off of that. It's probably easier than the die right now.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Okay, and um then I'm gonna play my land for turn.
No, he's a 12/12.
Yep. I should have done that first, shouldn't I?
No, it's okay. Just so you do for you, just put an 11 there. You don't need 11 12/12 because it's just 12 right now.
Right.
He doesn't have plus something. Just put a 12 because it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's
So
to change one number than two. Yeah.
yeah. So a foreboding landscape adds a generic mana. I can also sacrifice this land to search my library for a basic swamp, forest, or island card and put them onto the battlefield tapped and then shuffle. Don't want to do that right now. Um,
Also gives you green because of Mayavi Maya.
yep, correct. And then I'm going to play uh Farseek for one green. Well, doesn't really matter what the green is, right? So I might hang on to that. For the foreboding landscape, and I'll use Memorial of Folly. So Farseek lets me search my library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain card, put it onto battlefield, tap, then shuffle. So let's see again. Plains, island, swamp, or mountains. So
You cannot find a forest.
that's what it
So
is.
basically, you can't find a basic forest. If you have a land that has forest and swamp as a subtype, both of them, then you can find it as a swamp. So just to say.
But it says plains, island, swamp, so it has to be one of those. It can't be like a mixed card.
So it can. It can. So even if it does say forest, as long as it also says the other thing, then you're targeting something that is not the forest. What you cannot find is basic forests, essentially.
Well, what I'm saying though, it says search your library for plains, island, swamp, or mountain. So the
Card.
land card would need to say one of those,
Yes,
no?
it would need to say one of those and whatever else. But it can be one of those. Yeah, okay. Let's see what you find.
Okay, I think I got what you're talking about. So if I, for example, have one that says island swamp or something like that, I can use that.
Yes, you could also say something that says forest island because
Gotcha.
you're targeting it as an island.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if it's really that important this time since everything I have is a forest anyway.
Yeah. Uh, Imagine the Yavimaya wasn't there. You want to find something that gives you something not green in color, essentially, because everything gives you green. So
Yeah.
green is the important thing for you to find right now.
Yes. Green isn't or is?
It's not because I provide you with
Right,
green
right.
because of my land.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I sometimes I didn't hear quite right, so sorry about that. Just real quick. Looking to see if I have one that gives me two for some reason, you know what I mean? Probably don't have that anymore. They're all on the land on this thing already.
No, you also those that provide you two aren't they don't have a type line. They're just lands, so you can
Okay.
find them with that.
In that
But
case, I'll
you're
use Fetid Pools, which is a island swamp.
good. Okay.
And then I'm shuffling. Okay, so the mana I have left here are these three. And that's that. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to move to combat unless there's something you need to get off your chest first.
Um, of my chest? No.
No, I just meant if there's anything you need to play at this point before I move into attack.
Oh, there's something I need to play, but I can't.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so let's do this. I will attack with, well, let's see. What is your blocking ability there?
Minuscule?
Right. So I will swing at you with everything. So that's everything that can. So minus Multani. Um, so let's just tap them all.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, resolve your triggers and then give me the powers.
Yep. So we have one, Teval's Judgment. We have two, Necromantic Selection. And number three, a island. Okay, so then out of these, I will have the I guess the hinterland harbor makes the most sense. What do you think between Terramorphic Expanse and the harbor, hinterland
Doesn't
harbor?
matter anymore.
Doesn't matter anymore.
At this point, it's just you just want the land. You
Yeah,
already
okay,
got the
cool.
value.
There it is. And then I get to draw a land, draw a card because of my cola skimmer. And
So
because I added,
I'm just gonna fast forward this to see if I would draw. I'm gonna draw Kodama's Reach, and I don't have a Wrath of God or anything that's gonna show up, and no ability to draw further cards. So essentially, in this attack, I can block three things and not die this turn, but I would die next turn because of Moltani. And I already know that it's just the Kodama's Reach, and I have a creature in hand, so that's it. I
right,
concede here to this attack because there's just I don't have an answer to your board and
all
no
right.
way to recover at this point. So
GG. Thanks, Tap.
yeah, nothing would have come down here. So I kept a sketchy opening, and then I paid for it. Yeah, good game.
How was it sketchy? What happened? You had kept too many lands, or
I had three pieces of my game-winning play in hand, and two lands, but no way to get extra lands. So and then for two turns I didn't draw an extra land. So I was two behind, and you actually were able to get lands from your graveyard. So and you played a land per turn every turn. So essentially, where I was just my play behind, you were actually two upping me per turn after turn four.
yeah.
So I didn't, I had a good engine in play, but not the mana to play it. And out of the things that I needed, yeah, there were two pieces of my game-winning play in my hand, plus the Altar of Dementia, which you saw, but you didn't see it in action.
Mm,
So the sketchy hand was mostly because I had no way to get more lands, and I needed to get up to seven, actually. And I had seven now, but I didn't. Not enough time to recover because of the amount of damage you were inflicting on me per turn. So yeah,
mm.
sketchy because it was just like if it had been one more land in my hand, then it would have been I would have been off to the races. But everything I just fell behind too quickly because you were too
Gotcha.
consistent on your lands.
I see. Well, yay me. Well, it was
Oh,
good.
yeah, well played. In this next game, I'm gonna try to shut the hell up so and let you make your plays
No,
and not say
no,
anything
help me,
until
please. Yeah, that's always the thing. I can't really claim the full victory because, like, it's a talking game. You're helping. I appreciate that.
uh, but I don't think you're at the point anymore where I need to tell you these things. I think you need to discover these things,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and maybe afterwards tell you like like last week I told you like you made a misplay here and that cost you the game. And I saw it happening and I didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to do that more because your deck is not bad, and I build my decks, but with a certain thing in mind, right? So that's um I need to yeah. You ask your questions if you need them to, but I'm gonna try to not volunteer too much information.
Yeah, makes sense.